Reclaiming sleep from the root. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, heart pounding, body drenched in sweat, wondering what in the world was happening to you? Perhaps you've told yourself, is this anxiety, a sign of heart trouble? Or something no one's ever mentioned to me? You are not alone. Millions of women out there are experiencing these long nights, engulfed in confusion and worry. I understand that feeling. The sense of disorientation when your body changes in baffling ways, and you don't know where to find answers. That's precisely why this video from GlowBeyond 50, your journey to understanding, healing, and thriving after 45, will help you start connecting these disjointed signs into a clearer picture of what's going on in your body. More importantly, we'll work together to reclaim your sleep, not with temporary fixes, but by addressing the very root of the issue. If experiences like hot flashes and night sweats are plaguing you, if you feel like you're losing control over your sleep, make sure to subscribe to our channel right now. Because this is just the first video in our in-depth series, Perimenopause and Sleepless Nights, where we'll explore, understand, and heal together. Linda's story, a silent awakening. Now, I want you to meet Linda. Linda is 48 years old, and until just a few months ago, she'd never really worried about sleep. She slept soundly, deeply, without a care in the world. Then, one night, at precisely 2:43 a.m., Linda suddenly woke up. She felt her heart pounding in her chest, and her entire body was as if she'd just been doused with cold water, drenched in sweat, even though her room temperature was perfectly cool and comfortable. Linda was completely disoriented. She couldn't explain what had just happened. In the nights that followed, this phenomenon repeated itself, increasing in intensity. Linda started to panic. She visited cardiologists, had her anxiety levels checked, and even sought out leading endocrinologists. But strangely, not one of them ever mentioned the term perimenopause. No one connected these disjointed signs into the comprehensive picture of what she was going through. She was told it might be stress, or perhaps just a phase. Her blood tests often came back normal, which only added to her frustration and self-doubt. Am I imagining this? She wondered. Is something seriously wrong with me that no one can find? The lack of a clear diagnosis left her feeling isolated and increasingly anxious about bedtime. Every night became a battle she was destined to lose, and the exhaustion began to seep into every aspect of her life. Her energy levels plummeted, her concentration wavered at work, and even simple conversations felt draining. She started avoiding social gatherings, embarrassed by her constant fatigue and worried about her appearance. The joy she once found in her hobbies faded, replaced by a pervasive sense of dread. Like Linda, millions of women worldwide are grappling with sleepless nights, bewildered as to why, and with no one telling them about the silent cause. This isn't an isolated incident. This is a reality many are facing in silence and confusion, often dismissed by a healthcare system ill-equipped to address their unique needs during this life stage. The narrative often focuses on menopausal symptoms, but the perimenopausal phase, the transition leading up to menopause, is often overlooked, despite being a period of significant hormonal fluctuation and profound changes. Women in their late 30s and 40s often find themselves struggling with symptoms that are easily misdiagnosed or dismissed, simply because the medical community isn't universally educated on the nuances of this transition. This leaves women like Linda feeling unheard, unseen, and utterly alone in their struggle to understand their changing bodies. Understanding hot flashes and night sweats. Your body isn't broken, so what's truly happening during those moments when your body seems to be rebelling beyond your control? Let's dive into understanding what hot flashes and night sweats are, and more importantly, why they're jolting you awake in the middle of the night. It's crucial to separate fact from the common misconceptions that often surround these experiences. Many women fear these episodes are signs of something sinister, when in reality, they are often a predictable, albeit uncomfortable, part of a natural biological process. First, a hot flash is a sudden, intense feeling of heat, often starting in the face and chest, then spreading throughout your entire body. It's not just a feeling of being warm, it's an internal furnace suddenly turning on. Along with it, you might feel your heart pounding, your face flush, and you'll break into a sweat. This isn't a gentle perspiration, it can be profuse, leaving you feeling sticky and uncomfortable. It can last anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes, long enough to make you feel uncomfortable and restless, disrupting whatever you were doing. For some, it might be a quick, passing wave of heat, while for others, it feels like an overwhelming internal inferno that takes a significant toll on their energy and composure. The unpredictable nature of hot flashes can make daily life challenging, from professional meetings to social gatherings. The fear of an episode striking at an inconvenient moment can lead to anxiety, further exacerbating the issue. As for night sweats, these are essentially hot flashes that occur while you're asleep. But it's more than just sweating. Imagine waking Up in the middle of the night, not just warm, but truly drenched, as if you've run a marathon in your sleep. Your pajamas are soaked, your sheets are damp, and the sudden chill that follows as the sweat evaporates can be equally unsettling. They're typically accompanied by a feeling of sudden alertness, sometimes anxiety and restlessness, making it incredibly difficult to fall back asleep. Unlike a normal sweat response to a warm room, night sweats are often disproportionate to the ambient temperature. Your body is attempting to regulate its temperature in an exaggerated way, and the sudden shift from deep sleep to wide-awake discomfort is jarring. This cycle of waking up soaked and then struggling to cool down and get back to sleep becomes a relentless pattern, eroding the quality and quantity of rest. This chronic sleep deprivation then creates a cascade of other issues, impacting mood, concentration, and overall well-being. The most important thing to remember right now is this: your body isn't broken. This isn't a sign of illness or a serious health problem. These symptoms, while disruptive, are often a normal, albeit challenging, part of the perimenopausal and menopausal transition. What you're experiencing is simply a natural biological response, due to your body lacking stable hormonal signals, especially estrogen. Think of it as an alarm system, signaling that a change is occurring internally, specifically in how your brain regulates temperature. Your internal thermostat is recalibrating, and sometimes, this process can be a bit erratic. Properly understanding the nature of hot flashes and night sweats, that they are a physiological response to hormonal fluctuations rather than a sign of pathology, is the very first step toward regaining your confidence and starting to take control of the situation. This reframing can be incredibly empowering, shifting your perspective from "something is wrong with me" to "my body is undergoing a transition, and I can support it." Hormones and nighttime sleeplessness, why are they connected? So, why do these hot flashes and night sweats specifically appear and impact your sleep? It all comes back to hormonal changes, particularly those involving estrogen and progesterone. Understanding this connection is key to understanding your symptoms. The intricate dance of hormones within your body orchestrates countless functions, and when this delicate balance is disrupted, noticeable physiological changes occur. Let's begin with estrogen. Picture this: estrogen acts like the conductor, orchestrating many bodily functions, and one of the most profoundly affected regions is your brain's hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is a small, but mighty, almond-sized area located at the base of your brain. This hypothalamus is essentially your body's thermostat, its central control for regulating body temperature. It receives signals from your body about its internal temperature and then sends out commands to cool down, by sweating or dilating blood vessels, or warm up, by shivering. When estrogen levels start to fluctuate erratically, or drop low during perimenopause, this hypothalamic thermostat becomes more sensitive, overreacting to even the slightest temperature shifts within your body. It loses its fine-tuning capabilities. Normally, your body has a fairly wide thermoregulatory zone, a comfortable range within which your internal temperature can fluctuate without triggering a compensatory response. This zone allows for normal variations in daily activity or environmental temperature without causing you to sweat profusely or shiver. But with a decline in estrogen, this thermoregulatory zone narrows significantly. Imagine a precise, well-calibrated thermostat suddenly becoming incredibly touchy. This means that just a minor change, perhaps a slight rise in your core body temperature that previously would have gone unnoticed, or even a subtle shift in room temperature, or a mild stressor, like a fleeting dream or a gentle rustle of bedsheets, can trigger an exaggerated hot flash response. Your hypothalamus misinterprets these small changes as a major thermal threat, and in an attempt to rapidly cool you down, your body attempts to dump heat rapidly. This results in the sudden rush of heat, flushing, and profuse sweating, often accompanied by a racing heart as your body works overtime to dissipate heat. This is not a malfunction but an overreaction of a system trying to adapt to new hormonal parameters. Beyond estrogen, progesterone plays an equally crucial role in sleep. Unlike estrogen, which primarily affects temperature regulation, progesterone has a more direct impact on your nervous system and sleep architecture. Progesterone has a calming and relaxing effect on the nervous system. It does this by binding to GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, receptors in the brain, which are responsible for promoting relaxation and reducing anxiety. Think of GABA as your brain's natural tranquilizer. When progesterone levels are robust, these GABA receptors are activated, promoting a sense of calm and making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. It even indirectly supports the production of melatonin, your body's primary sleep hormone, which signals to your brain that it's time to sleep and helps regulate your circadian rhythm, leading to deeper, more restorative sleep. When progesterone levels drop, this calming effect is diminished, leading to increased anxiety, restlessness, and difficulty initiating and maintaining sleep. Therefore, when both estrogen and progesterone are declining or fluctuating unstably, which is characteristic of perimenopause. Your body is easily overwhelmed by minor stimuli. Your thermoregulatory system becomes erratic, leading to the unpredictable and intense nature of hot flashes and night sweats. Simultaneously, your ability to relax, reduce anxiety, and fall into deep, restorative sleep is severely compromised due to insufficient calming effects from progesterone. This double whammy, thermoregulatory instability and impaired sleep-promoting mechanisms, is precisely why you might find yourself consistently struggling through restless nights, frequently jolted awake by intense heat and discomfort, and unable to return to the quality sleep you once enjoyed. It's a complex interplay, but understanding these hormonal roles empowers you to seek targeted solutions. The stress and cortisol cycle, a sleepless spiral. You now understand that hormone deficiency and fluctuation are causing hot flashes and night sweats. But this also triggers another biological chain reaction, pushing you into an even harder to escape sleepless spiral. This isn't just about feeling warm at night, it's about a cascade of physiological responses that reinforce sleep deprivation and amplify distress. Every time you wake up in the middle of the night due to a hot flash, you're not just simply waking up. This awakening is jarring, sudden, and often accompanied by intense physical discomfort. This means your sleep cycle is being severely disrupted, especially REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, the most crucial stage for mental restoration, emotional processing, and cognitive function. During REM sleep, your brain processes emotions, consolidates memories, and helps regulate your mood. When REM sleep is consistently interrupted, your body perceives this as a state of stress. As a natural defense mechanism against stress, your adrenal glands automatically release more cortisol. Cortisol is your body's primary stress hormone, part of the fight or flight response, designed to prepare you for acute danger. While essential for survival, chronically elevated cortisol levels can wreak havoc on your system, and here's the concerning part: high cortisol levels, especially at night when they should be at their lowest, can actually make hot flashes worse. Cortisol can exacerbate the very symptoms that are waking you up. It does this by further dysregulating the hypothalamus, making your internal thermostat even more prone to overreactions. You see? It's a vicious cycle. You wake up from a hot flash, your sleep is disrupted, your body perceives this as stress and produces cortisol, and this elevated cortisol then makes you more prone to hot flashes, leading to further sleep loss. This creates a relentless, self-perpetuating pattern that feels impossible to break. You get caught in a continuous chain reaction that feels like being stuck on a treadmill you can't get off, waking up, anxiety about waking up again, sweating more, sleeplessness, which then feeds back into increased anxiety and anticipation of the next episode. This isn't just a collection of isolated symptoms that happen independently. This is a real biological chain reaction happening inside your body, a feedback loop where each component negatively influences the others. Your brain receives constant stress signals from persistent sleep deprivation, leading to the sustained release of cortisol. This cortisol then directly impacts your thermoregulatory system, making it even more chaotic and unpredictable. Moreover, elevated nighttime cortisol interferes with the natural sleep-wake cycle, contributing to insomnia independently of the hot flashes. It tells your body to be alert and awake when it should be winding down. This chronic activation of the stress response can also lead to increased inflammation, impact metabolism, and contribute to a general feeling of being unwell and run down. Therefore, addressing your sleep issues isn't just about feeling more rested, it's about breaking this profound stress-cortisol cycle, restoring hormonal balance, and helping your entire body find its equilibrium again. It's about interrupting this detrimental loop to regain both your sleep and your overall well-being. Why hasn't anyone told you this? After hearing all of this, you're probably asking yourself a big question. If these things are natural, if they're common, then why hasn't anyone told me this? Why have I been struggling in the dark without any information, feeling isolated and misunderstood? This is a very valid question, and unfortunately, it points to a significant and long-standing gap in our current healthcare system. The silence surrounding perimenopause and menopause is deafening for many women, leaving them to navigate profound changes without adequate guidance. The reality is that the majority of doctors, even those you trust and who are highly skilled in other areas, are not extensively or deeply trained in menopause and perimenopause. Think about it: medical school curricula are vast, covering hundreds of diseases and conditions. Historically, reproductive aging in women, beyond basic obstetric and gynecological care, has been given remarkably little emphasis. In their curricula, this knowledge is often covered very superficially, if at all, sometimes amounting to only a few hours of dedicated teaching over years of medical training. They are taught to identify and treat acute illnesses, to diagnose clear-cut pathologies, but not necessarily to guide you through a complex, nuanced, and often highly individualized biological transition phase like perimenopause. This lack of specialized education means that many practitioners simply don't have the tools or the time to recognize the subtle, interconnected symptoms of perimenopause or to explain the underlying hormonal shifts. They are not intentionally withholding information. They may simply lack it themselves. Furthermore, the healthcare system often tends to prioritize prescribing medication to address individual symptoms, rather than providing comprehensive patient education about the root causes and offering holistic solutions. This symptom-centric approach means that when you visit your doctor complaining of insomnia, you're likely to be offered sleeping pills. If you present with anxiety, you might be prescribed anti-anxiety medication. If you mention heart palpitations, you might undergo cardiac workups. But rarely does anyone connect these disparate dots. Rarely does anyone take the time to step back, look at the constellation of your symptoms, and explain that all of them, the sleep disturbances, the anxiety, the hot flashes, the mood swings, even the brain fog, could be intricately linked to the natural, albeit sometimes turbulent, hormonal shifts occurring in your body during perimenopause. The focus is often on treating the problem rather than understanding the process. This fragmented approach leaves women feeling like they have multiple unrelated issues, rather than one overarching physiological transition that can be managed holistically. Perimenopause is not a disease. We want you to understand this clearly and deeply. It is a natural and normal biological transition, a bridge between your reproductive years and postmenopause. But you absolutely deserve to understand it. You deserve to be equipped with accurate, comprehensive knowledge to proactively manage your health, to advocate for yourself, and to navigate this powerful stage of life with confidence and clarity. The silence and the lack of accessible, accurate information surrounding this crucial phase of a woman's life is not your fault. It is a significant, systemic gap in how we approach women's health globally. And that's precisely why GlowBeyond 50 exists, to fill that void, to break the silence, and to bring you the evidence-based information, practical strategies, and compassionate support that you should have received long ago. We are here to empower you, to educate you, and to ensure you feel seen, heard, and understood throughout your journey. Your journey begins with understanding, reclaiming control now. You know that hot flashes, night sweats, and chronic sleeplessness are not your fault. They are not signs of personal failure or mental weakness. They are natural manifestations of a profound biological transition your body is undergoing, a necessary recalibration. And precisely when you put a name to your experiences, when you recognize it as perimenopause, a distinct and often turbulent phase, that's when you truly begin to reclaim control over your life and your health. This act of naming and understanding is incredibly empowering. It shifts you from being a passive recipient of symptoms to an active participant in your own well-being. I know there's no magic formula or a single pill that can instantly erase all symptoms. This journey is multifaceted and highly individual. It requires patience, deep self-compassion, genuine understanding of your unique body, and a holistic approach that considers all aspects of your well-being, physical, mental, and emotional. But the incredibly good news is, you are not alone. You are far from it. You are now part of a rapidly growing, vibrant, and supportive community of women who are learning, sharing, and uplifting each other through these shared experiences. This collective wisdom and empathy can be a powerful antidote to the isolation many women feel, and more importantly, this is just the first video in an upcoming series we've meticulously prepared specifically for you, right here on GlowBeyond 50. We will walk with you step by step, providing clear, actionable insights. We'll explore a wide range of practical, science-backed strategies, not just to reduce the severity and frequency of these disruptive symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats, but also to fundamentally improve your sleep quality and elevate your overall quality of life. Our aim is to equip you with the knowledge and tools to navigate perimenopause with greater ease and confidence, helping you transform challenge into empowerment. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night drenched in sweat, please comment below and share your experience. Let us know how these symptoms have impacted your life. Your story matters, and it helps other women realize they're not isolated in their struggles. We want to hear from you, and if you see yourself in this story, if this video resonated deeply with you, offering that much-needed clarity and validation, please hit the like button to let us know this content is truly helpful and that we're on the right track. Your likes help us reach more women who desperately need this information most. Importantly, remember to subscribe to the GlowBeyond 50 channel, because the next parts of this series will delve even deeper. We'll guide you step by step on how to effectively reduce your symptoms, exploring everything from practical lifestyle adjustments, targeted nutritional strategies, and stress management techniques, to understanding the various hormone support options available, and much, much more. Each episode is designed to empower you with actionable advice. Don't miss out on this vital information that can truly transform your nights and your days. Strong conclusion: you are not alone. So, we've walked through crucial information about hot flashes, night sweats, and their profound impact on your sleep. We've demystified these experiences, showing that they are not random occurrences but rather interconnected symptoms rooted in biological shifts. The core message I want you to carry with you, long after this video ends, is this: hot flashes don't make you weak. Sleeplessness doesn't make you a failure. These are not reflections of your personal shortcomings or a sign that your body is betraying you. What you're experiencing is a powerful, natural, and often challenging part of a universal biological journey. Your body is simply responding in complex ways to the significant hormonal transformations occurring within it. It's a transition, not a malfunction. You are not alone in this. Not by a long shot. And critically, you don't have to suffer in silence, feeling confused, isolated, or helpless. There are millions of women around the globe who are navigating similar paths, grappling with similar symptoms, and feeling the same frustrations. By speaking openly, by sharing knowledge, and by building a supportive community, we can collectively find understanding, compassionate support, and, most importantly, truly effective solutions. This journey can become one of empowerment and discovery, rather than one of quiet endurance. This video is just the very first episode of our comprehensive series, Perimenopause and Sleepless Nights, designed specifically to be a sanctuary. A guiding light where you will find deep understanding, unwavering support, and a practical, step-by-step path to healing. In the episodes to come, we will continue to provide you with cutting-edge scientific knowledge, relatable real-life stories that validate your experiences, and highly practical, actionable advice. Our goal is to equip you with the tools and confidence to not just endure this stage, but to thrive through it, emerging stronger, healthier, and more empowered on the other side. To ensure you don't miss a single, valuable episode of this transformative series, which promises to shed light on every aspect of perimenopausal sleep and beyond, please subscribe to the GlowBeyond 50 channel right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when new content drops. If you found this video illuminating, validating, or simply helpful in any way, please share this video widely with the women you cherish and care about, because your best friend, your sister, your mother, your colleagues, or even your acquaintances might be silently going through the exact same thing, desperately needing to hear this message of understanding and hope. Sharing is caring, and it can make an immense difference in someone's life. And finally, if you find this video truly valuable, if it has provided you with clarity or comfort, and you wish to support our vital mission of bringing accurate knowledge, compassionate support, and genuine healing to women worldwide, please consider donating via the link below. Every single contribution, no matter how small, is deeply appreciated and helps us immensely. It directly enables us to continue producing high-quality, research-backed, and completely free content for our growing community, reaching more women who need it most. Thank you for being a part of this journey.